I'm Cynthia Ziden, Natus Vice President of Sacramento. I'd like to welcome you to the 45th Annual Northern California Area Emmy Award nominations. This webcast is originating live from the Coloma Community Center in the beautiful capital of California, Sacramento. We want to thank Gary Martin and Access Sacramento for providing the equipment and the staff for tonight's webcast. The Emmy Award is presented for outstanding achievement in television by the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, or NATAS. The San Francisco, Northern California chapter is one of the 19 chapters awarding regional Emmys. And Northern California is composed of media companies and individuals from Visalia to the Oregon border and into Hawaii and Reno, Nevada. These entries that you're going to hear about tonight were aired during the 2015 calendar year. This year, a record number of entries were received. 757 English categories and 179 Spanish entries were received in 67 categories. English and Spanish language entries were judged and scored separately. A minimum of 7 peer judges from other NATAS chapters scored every entry on a scale from 1 to 10 on content, creativity, and execution. And all of the craft categories were judged on creativity and execution only. The total score was divided by the number of judges, and the mean score was sorted from highest to lowest in each category. The chapter's awards committee looked at the blind scores, not knowing which category was which, and decided on the cutoff numbers for nominations and recipients. The results were tabulated by our accounting firm, Spalding & Company. Now let's find out who will be eligible to receive the coveted Emmy statuette on Saturday night, June 4th, at the San Francisco Jazz Center in San Francisco. And to present our first group of nominations, let me please introduce the anchors from KCRA 3, Edie Lampert and Gulston Dart. Thank you.
Cynthia, thank you. And to all of the members who have put a lot of time and passion and energy into these awards, and to the group in general, Gulston and I are both really thrilled to be here with people who are normally competitors and tonight are friends, all coming together to really celebrate the work that we're doing in this region.
It's an exciting night for all of our colleagues as they watch us as we're live streaming this. So let's get right to it. What do you say?
Okay, let's start with the English News nominations. The first category is General Assignment Report. We have 3 nominations, and the nominees are TSA Cares, KPIX 5, Julie Watts, producer and editor, Scott Eason, photographer. Sidewalk Chalk Memorial, KTVU, Fox 2, Rob Roth, reporter and writer, Jacob Unger, the editor. And the Butte Fire Swells, KXTV, ABC 10, Dave Marquis, the reporter, and a lot of people cheering that. A great year for him to
Absolutely.
Great year for him to be nominated. And John Damian Espinosa, the photojournalist who worked with Dave.
And our next category, continuing coverage within 24 hours. This one has 2 nominations, and they are as follows: the San Bernardino shooting, KNTV, NBC Bay Area, Dan Pirate, executive producer, Allison Holyman, Anthony Leong, Eric Rich, producers, Raj Mathai, Janelle Wang, anchors, Peggy Bunker, Cheryl Hurd, reporters, Robert Beeson, Mickey Vang, photojournalist, and Gonzalo Rojas, assignment editor. And the next entry is Learning They Have the Right to Love, Gay Marriage Ruling, KTVU, Fox 2, Akemi Harrison, Sophie Balla, producers, Scott Celestra, director, Brian Flores, anchor, Randy Del Vecchi, photographer, Michael Cerruti, editor, Stephen N. Duncan, writer, J. David Martinez, assignment manager, and Ellen Ellery, Sammy Mamou, assignment editors.
The next is for continuing coverage with no time limit. This has 4 nominations. Federal whistleblower program jeopardizes public safety, NBCBayArea.com, KNTV. Elizabeth Wagner, investigative producer, and Vicki Nguyen, investigative reporter. The next is New California Ghost Towns, KOVR CBS 13. Carrie Tan, producer, Nick Janes, reporter, Jeffrey Bell and Mike Lowry, photographer and editors, and Brian Wheatley, the graphic designer. Next is California UN Confidential, KPIX 5. Whitney Gould, the producer, Julie Watts, producer and editor, and Scott Eason and Jennifer Mistrot, the photographers. And finally, Hotel Hell, KTVU Fox 2. Simone Aponte, the producer, Eric Rasmussen, the reporter, and Anthony Hodrick, the photographer.
The next category, investigative report, single story. 4 nominations for you tonight. The first one, Bike Chop Shops, KGO, AB7, Ken Miguel, producer, writer, editor. The Principal's Piggy Bank, NBCBayArea.com, KNTV, Kevin Nias, Elizabeth Wagner, investigative producers, Vicki Nguyen, writer, and Mark Villarreal, editor. And Dangerous Medical Vans, KTVU Fox 2, Simone Aponte, producer, Eric Rasmussen, reporter, Anthony Hodrick, photographer. And The First Drone Crash, KTVU Fox 2, Simone Aponte, producer, Ross Palumbo, reporter, Anthony Hodrick, and Chris Paxton, photographers.
For investigative report series, 3 nominations. The first is Broken Trust, Failures in the Foster System. And again, this is KNTV, NBC Bay Area. Michael Bott and Vicki Nguyen, the investigative producers, and Mark Villarreal, editor. The next is Untraceable, The Stolen Gun Epidemic, NBCBayArea.com, KNTV, NBC Bay Area. Michael Bott, producer, and Stephen Stock, reporter. Finally, Dirty Water, Sacramento's Drinking Water Secrets, ABC10.com, ABC10 News. Tim Wells, investigative managing editor, Joseph Rubin, investigative producer, Thomas Jensen, investigative reporter, and Brian Farinas, the photojournalist.
The next category, feature, news report, light. 2 nominations for you tonight on this. The first one, Mendocino Bistro, KPIX 5, Mike Sugarman, reporter, and Sircon Stage, photojournalist and editor. And the second entry, Born in a Garage, KTVU Fox 2, Noel Walker, reporter, and Joseph Huerta, photographer.
In the feature news report light series, we have 3 nominations. From Saigon to Silicon Valley, NBCBayArea.com, KNTV, Vicki Nguyen, producer reporter, Kevin Nias, associate producer, and Mark Villarreal, editor. Transgender Teens' Journey to Preserve the Dream of Being a Parent, KNTV, NBC Bay Area, Jessica Aguirre, the anchor, David Burgess, photographer and editor. Call Curtis, Returning Sentimental Discoveries, KOVR CBS 13. Curtis Ming, the managing editor, Dennis Lopez, photographer, Brian Wheatley, graphic artist.
Next category, feature, news report, serious. 4 nominations here tonight. The first one, Celebrating Life, KCRA 3, Claire Dewan, reporter, and John Breedlove, photographer. The next entry, Desperate for a Diagnosis, Hawaii News Now, KGMB 9, Lynn Kawano Cresta, reporter, and Tyne Howard, photographer, editor. And Hunters Point Cleanup Under Fire, that's KNTV, NBC Bay Area, Elizabeth Wagner, investigative producer, and Vicki Nguyen, investigative reporter. And finally, Soup Lady, KTVU, Fox 2, Alexandra Rasmus, producer, reporter.
In the featured news report Serious series, there are 3 nominations. Banking on Cord Blood, KNTV, NBC Bay Area, Liza Meek, producer, and Vicki Nguyen, the reporter. Arrested at School, Criminalizing Classroom Misbehavior, KNTV, NBC Bay Area, Michael Bott and Baigad Shaban, investigative producers, and Mark Villarreal, the photographer and editor. Books and Bullets, KQED.org, KQED 9, Adam Grossberg, the producer, photographer, and editor, and Zadie Stavely, the reporter.
And our final category to present tonight, Specialty Assignment Report. This one has 3 nominations. Aviation Safety Reporting, KNTV, NBC Bay Area, Michael Bott, Kevin Nias, producer, Julie Putnam, investigative producer. Stephen Stock, investigative reporter. Mark Villarreal, chief photographer. And Call Curtis Gets Results 2015, KOVR CBS 13. Curtis Ming, managing editor. Tamara Christian, producer. Dennis Lopez, photographer. Jeff Mayfield, photographer, editor. And Brian Wheatley, graphic artist. And Consumer Watch Investigates, KPIX 5, Abby Sterling, producer. Julie Watts, producer, editor. Scott Eason, Jennifer Mistrat, photographers. And Suzanne Lane, editor.
And those were for the English awards. Now for the Spanish contest, please help us welcome Sandra Cervantes. She's the morning anchor at KUVS Univision 19.
Nice to see you.
Thank you, Edie and Goldsman. Well, it's an honor for me to be here today, so let's get started with the news program in Spanish. Starting with General Assignment Report, we have 4 nominations. Family Living in Car, KDTV Univision 14, Ramón Adame, reporter. Adopción de Indocumentados, KSTS Telemundo 48, María del Pilar Nino, video journalist. Aquí seguiremos, KUVS Univision 19, Maribel López, reporter, Natanael López, photographer and editor. Combatiendo el Incendio Butte, KUVS Univision 19, Sergio Flores, reporter, José Estrella, photographer and editor. Continuing coverage within 24 hours with 3 nominations, Valley Fire, KDTV Univision 14, Carla Argúmero, Víctor Solís Gómez, producer, León Felipe González, anchor, María Leticia Gómez, anchor and reporter, Flavio Lacayo, Jaime Pelufo, reporters, José Tello, assignment editor. Terror en UC Merced, KFTV Univision 21, Vladimir Araya, Sandy Sirias, executive producer, José González, producer, Reina Cárdenas, David Ibarra, anchors, Francisco Mireles, reporter, Tayana Lachelle Garcia, video journalist, Shahid Aziz, Ryan Murray, Jaime Sandoval, photographers, Raúl Lima, José Munzo, technical director. Berkeley balcony collapse tragedy, KSTS Telemundo 48, Freddie Oldenburg, Marielsi Carreno, executive producers, Pedro Andrade, Rosaura Deras, Sandra Pérez, producers, Eduardo Gamino, Michelle García, directors, Bayona César, Juan Francisco Ramírez, Blanca Garza, anchors, Andrés Brender, María del Pilar Nino, Paola Reyes, reporter. Continuing coverage, No Time Limit, has 2 nominations. The first one, Maddie Middleton, Innocence Lost, KSTS Telemundo 48, Marielsi Carreno, Freddie Oldenburg, Sandra Pérez, executive producers, Miguel Ángel Zárate, Michelle García, directors, Bayona César, Lorena Domínguez, Juan Francisco Ramírez y Blanca Garza, anchors, Sandra Bermúdez, Andrés Brender, Paola Reyes, reporters. Confianza Perdida, KUVS Univision 19, Pablo Iacob, producer, Enrique Quiabra, producer reporter, Carlos Rodríguez, photographer. Investigative report, single story, no nominations. Feature news report, light, a single nomination, Espejito, Espejito, KDTV, Univision 14, María Leticia Gómez, reporter, Harold Gustin, photographer and editor. Feature news report, light series, with 3 nominations, Identidad en Rosa, KSTS Telemundo 48, Lucrecia Borchardt, reporter. El Poder de Creer, KUBS Univision 19, Jairo Díaz Pedraza, reporter, José Estrella, photographer and editor. La Fuerza del Amor, KUBS Univision 19, Maribel López, producer and reporter, Omar Echeverría, photographer and editor. Feature News Report Series has 4 nominations. Translatina, KDTV Univision 14, Luis Godínez, producer, María Leticia Gómez, reporter, Joseph Perry, photographer and editor. Cuestión de Actitud, KFTV Univision 21, José González, producer and reporter, Raúl Lima, photographer, Daniel Díaz, editor. Vergüenza Oculta, KFTV Univision 21, Tayana Lachelle García, reporter. El Peligro de los Drones, KSTS Telemundo 48, Paola Reyes, reporter. Feature News Report Series with 3 nominations. El Infierno de mi Cuerpo, KUBS Univision 19, Daniela Mosquera, reporter. En Manos de Dios, KUBS Univision 19, Viviana Páez, reporter, Carlos Rodríguez, photographer and editor. La Niña del Papa, KUBS Univision 19, Viviana Páez, reporter, Miguel Cano, editor, Gustavo Barraza, assignment desk manager. A Specialty Assignments Report, no nominations. I will be back later with more Spanish nominations. I would like to introduce you to Martin Christian from KVIE 6 and Randy Forsman from KCR 3 to present the first group of news and program specialty nominations.
Why, thank you, Sandra. Hello, Randy. How are you?
Good. How are you tonight?
Very good. Pleasure to meet you. And an exciting night. We're happy to be here. Welcome to everyone watching at home. Welcome to everyone here tonight. And most importantly, good luck.
You as well.
Let's begin. Let's see. Our first category in the news and program specialty is Health, Science, Environment Feature Segment. And in this category, we have 6 nominations. Trophy Hunting, What's the Catch? KNTV, NBC Bay Area, Michael Bott, producer, Bigad Shaban, reporter. Our second nomination goes to Black Beauty, the photography of David Mizell, KQED 9, Lori Holleran, producer, Blake McHugh, Owen Bissell, photographers, and Aaron Drury, editor. Next, we have California is Sinking and Now May Flood, KQED 9, Center for Investigative Reporting Program, Mia Zuckerandel, hope I pronounced that correctly, executive producer, Monica Lamb, producer, Nathan Halverson, reporter, and Aaron Drury, videographer, editor. Next in this category, we have Giant Sequoias, Struggle with Drought, KQED 9, Mia Zuckerandel, executive producer, Paul Rogers, managing editor, Gabriela V. Quiros, producer, and our next nominee is Wind Energy versus Golden Eagles, KQED 9, Mia Zuckerandel, executive producer, Paul Rogers, managing editor, Gabriela Quiros, producer, and Shirley Gutierrez, editor. And finally, we have one more in Health Science Environment Feature segment. The Butterfly Effect, Stanford.edu, Stanford University School of Medicine, Mark Hanlon, producer, cinematographer, editor.
Our next category is Health Science Environmental Program Special, and we have 2 nominations. First nomination is Natural Heroes, Queen of the Sun, KRCB 22, Valerie Landis, series producer, Taggart Siegel, producer-director. The next nominee is Viewfinder, Fading Away, Alzheimer's, KVI 6, Karen Christian, producer. Martin Christian, director of photography. Congratulations.
Thanks, Randy. Oh, I'm up next.
Yep,
My heart is pounding. Where are we, Randy?
right here.
Thank you, sir. Up next, we have Technology Feature Segment with a single nomination. Go Drone Racer Go, KQED 9. Shiraz Sadiq, producer. Aaron Drury, editor.
Our next nominee is for Technology Program Special with another single nomination. The nominee is Self-Driving Cars, The Road Ahead, KQED 9. Shiraz Sadiq, producer. Paul Rogers, managing editor. Shirley Gutierrez, editor.
Up next, we have Special Event Coverage. This has 3 nominations and a lot of nominees, it says here. Golden State Warriors Championship Parade, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Devin Fox, David Coppett, executive producers. Joseph T. Washington II, Richard Zinn, coordinating producers. Dave Bernstein, Chris Olivere, Phil Policino, Lee Seigel, producers. Thomas Adza, director. Mindy Bach, Ahmed Farid, and David Fellman. Rosalind Gold Onwood, Jim Kozamore, go Jim. Greg Papa, Monte Poole, Fallon Smith, Henry Wolford, talent. That's a lot of talent. Sean Day, associate director. Up next in the same category, Chinese New Year Parade, KTVU Fox 2. That's Jim Hammond, executive producer. Ben Fong Torres, co-host. Sherry Bernstein, writer. Daniel Berger, technical director. Steve Schlisky, editor. Mark Metzer, Donald Thompson, engineers in charge. And David Sotelo, EIC assistant. Next, live coverage of the 2015 San Francisco Pride Parade, prideradio.com/iHeartMedia. Val Klein, David Williams, co-executive producers. Simon Benazara, director. Sean King, graphic designer. And Eric Fisher, pre-production.
Our next category is Sports Feature Segment, and we have 4 nominations. First up is Marcel Reese, Pride of the Bay, NBA.com, Golden State Warriors. Paul Hodges III, executive producer. Leanne Cozart, lead coordinating producer. Matt Strauss, director. Torrin Simpson, videographer, senior editor. Rita Bravo, associate producer, assistant director. The next nominee is Warriors State of Art, NBA.com, Golden State Warriors. Paul Hodges III, executive producer. Janet Fong, Michael Leslie, videographers. Torrin Simpson, senior editor. The next nominee is Short Feature, Andy Cuno. SFGiants.com, San Francisco Giants, SFG Productions. Matthew McKee, executive producer. Annika Chavez, producer. Blake, I apologize if I've missed your name. Wilberding, producer, senior editor. Alyssa Royce, producer, editor. Everett Duran, cinematographer. Brad Martin, sound design, media manager, audio engineer. And the final nominee in Sports Feature segment is Adobo Nation, SSC, The Prodigy, the Filipino channel, ABS, CBN International. Agarico Pageda, executive producer. Nino Newcomb, producer, videographer. Ramel Conclara, writer. Ricky Brian Dellinger, narrator. Jeremiah Yasip, videographer, and John Santos, editor.
Up next, we have Sports Daily or Weekly Program Series. It seems like it was a good year for sports programming, that's for sure. There are 3 nominations. Inside the Clubhouse, Defy the Odds, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area, San Francisco Giants, SFG Productions. Christopher Gargano, Keith Macri, and Thomas McDonald, Matthew McKee, executive producers. Anika Chavez, producer. Everett Duran, Alyssa Royce, producer-editors. Katie Bachelder, Iman Rodney, assistant producers. And Brad Martin, sound design, media manager, and audio engineer. The next nominee, Warriors Ground Victory Road, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area, Golden State Warriors. Paul Hodges III, executive producer. Torrin Simpson, executive producer, editor. Leanne Cozart, lead coordinating producer. Rita Bravo, Jason Katz, producers. Matt Miniego, field producer, videographer. Janet Fong, Michael Leslie, Matt Strauss, videographers, and Blake Wilderding, editor. And finally, we have Warriors Ground Heroes Journey, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area, Golden State Warriors. Paul Hodges III, executive producer. Torrin Simpson, executive producer, editor. Leanne Coatsart, lead coordinating producer. And Rita Bravo, producer. Matt Meniego, Matt Strauss, field producer, videographers. Chris Casey, Janet Fong, Michael Leslie, videographers, and Blake Wilderding, editor.
Next category is Sports One-Time Special with 3 nominations. First nomination is The Canyon Inn, 49ers.com, San Francisco 49ers. Robert Albertino, director. Nick Burton, photographer. Will Blackwell, editor. The next nominee is Oakland Athletics Final Cut, Comcast SportNet, California. Tyler Denevy, editor. And our final nomination is The Raider Report, A Rookie's Dream, Comcast SportNet, California, the Oakland Raiders Silver and Black Productions. Vittorio DiBartolo and Bradley Finney, executive producers. Travis Braz, Stephen Camacho, producers. Marcus Padilla, Jessica Romero, producer-editors. And Julian Marquez, graphic designer.
And our final category tonight is Sporting Game Live Unedited Program or Series with 3 nominations. Giants at A's on CSN Bay Area, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. David Coppett, executive producer. Joseph T. Washington II, Richard Zinn, coordinating producers. Jeff Kuiper, producer. James Lynch, director. Dwayne Kuiper, play-by-play announcer. Mike Kruko, color commentator. I think that's probably color commentator. Amy Gutierrez, sideline reporter. And Daniel Peterson, associate producer. Sean Day, editor. Warriors versus Kings on CSN Bay Area, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. David Coppett, executive producer. Joseph T. Washington II, Richard Zinn, coordinating producers. Phil Policino, producer. Thomas Adza, director. Bob Fitzgerald, play-by-play announcer. Jim Barnett, analyst. Rosalind Gold Unwood, sideline reporter. I probably butchered that, I'm sure. Warriors fans will kill me for that. Sean Day, editor. Michael Rosenthal, associate director. Eric Fisher, graphic producer. And finally, to wrap things up for us, Oakland Raiders preseason football, KTVU Fox 2, Silver and Black Productions. Vittorio DiBartolo, Bradley Finney, executive producers. Joseph T. Washington II, Richard Zinn, coordinating producers, and Sean Lorette, director.
And now for the Spanish News and Program Specialty nominations, please welcome Maribel Lopez from KUVS Univision 19.
Enjoy.
Good evening, buenas noches, and what a pleasure to be here tonight. Qué placer el poder acompañarles esta noche. And I'm going to be presenting the health and program especially for the Spanish category. And let's start with the health, science, environment feature segment. Agua reciclada, KSTS, Telemundo 48, Andrés Brender, video journalist. Milirio de Abril, KUVS 19, Univisión 19, Maribel López, reporter, Nathanael López, photographer, Miguel Cano, photographer, editor. And now technology feature segment with 2 nominations. Drones in agriculture, drones en la agricultura, KFTV, Univisión 21. Set de mar, KUVS, Univisión 19, Jairo Díaz Pedraza, Miguel Solorio, Joseph Chacón, photographers and editor. Sports feature segment has a single nomination and is Epicentro del Fútbol, Telemundo 48, KSTS, Telemundo 48, Gabriel Sotelo, reporter. Sport Daily or Weekly Program Series, no nominations. Sports One-Time Special, no nominations. Sporting Game Live Unedited Program or Series, it has a single nomination. San Francisco Giants, first game broadcast on Telemundo 48. Erwin Higueros, play-by-play announcer. Gabriel Sotelo, color commentary. And I will be back in a little bit with more Spanish nomination, but let's welcome Cristina James, no? With CBS 13.
Hi, everyone. Happy to be here tonight. Actually standing in for my partner in crime, Sam Shane, who is quite sick tonight. So I am here in his place. Some big shoes to fill, I can tell you that much. But congratulations to all the nominees so far and those to come in the minutes ahead as well. So let's get started, shall we? First category, on-camera talent, anchor news. 4 nominations in this category. Raj Mathai, composite, KNTV, NBC Bay Area, Raj Mathai, anchor. Juliette Goodrich, composite, KPIX5, Juliette Goodrich, anchor. Stephanie Cruz, anchor composite, KTXL Fox 40, Stephanie Cruz, anchor. One of our own here in Sacramento, huh? And another one of our own in Sacramento, Dina Kupfer, morning anchor, KXTV, ABC 10, Dina Kupfer, anchor. On now to on-camera talent anchor weather. 2 nominations in this particular category. Darren Peck, composite, KTXL Fox 40, Darren Peck, meteorologist. Rob Karlmark, weather, KXTV, ABC 10, Rob Karlmark, meteorologist. On to on-camera talent, reporter, transportation, traffic. A single nomination in this category. Dina Kupfer, traffic reporter, KXTV, ABC 10, Dina Kupfer, traffic reporter. Now to this, on-camera talent news reporter. 5 nominees in this category. Bagad Shaban, composite, KNTV, NBC Bay Area, Bagad Shaban, reporter. Bob Riddell, feature reporting, KNTV, NBC Bay Area, Bob Riddell, reporter in that category. Affecting change, Julie Watts, reporting, KPIX5, Julie Watts, reporter. Palumbo Reports 2015, KTVU Fox 2, Ross Palumbo, reporter. And Vicki Nguyen 2015, NBCBayArea.com, KNTV, NBC Bay Area, Vicki Nguyen, reporter. To on-camera talent, sports anchor reporter. 4 nominations in this category. Ryan Yamamoto, composite, ABC10.com, KXTV, ABC 10, Ryan Yamamoto, reporter. Henry Wofford, composite, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area, Henry Wofford, producer, anchor, and reporter. And Michelle Dapper, composite, KCRA 3, Michelle Dapper, anchor and reporter. And Willis Sports Report, composite, KMPH Fox 26, Justin Willis, anchor. On-camera talent, anchor, sports play-by-play analyst. 3 nominations in this category. First up, Golden State Warriors, game announcers, sideline reporters, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Bob Fitzgerald, play-by-play announcer, Jim Barnett, analyst, and Rosalind Gold, Unwude, sideline reporter as well. San Francisco Giants, game announcers and sideline reporters, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. David Fleming, Dwayne Kuiper, John Miller, play-by-play announcers, Mike Kruko, color commentator, and Amy Gutierrez, sideline reporter. San Jose Sharks game announcers, Comcast Sportsnet California, Randy Hahn, play-by-play announcer, and Jamie Baker, analyst. To this category now, on-camera talent, program host, moderator, and reporter. 3 nominations in this category. Raw TV, regional artist web, Shelby Hagen-Smith, host, KCRA 3, Christensen Media, Shelby Hagen-Smith, host. Lizzie Bermudez, composite, KGO ABC 7, Lizzie Bermudez, talent. And Rob on the Road, California Explorer, KVIE.org, KVIE 6, Rob Stewart, host. Director live, recorded live, a single nomination in this category. Countdown to Super Bowl 50, KCRA 3, Randy Forsman, director. This category now, writer, news, 6 nominations. Deirdre Fitzpatrick, composite, KCRA 3, Deirdre Fitzpatrick, writer. Bob Riddell, writing, KNTV, NBC Bay Area, Bob Riddell, writer. Garvin Thomas, Bay Area Proud, composite, KNTV, NBC Bay Area, Garvin Thomas, writer. And Joe Rosado Jr., writer compilation, KNTV, NBC Bay Area, Joe Rosado Jr., the writer. From Saigon to Silicon Valley, KNTV, NBC Bay Area, Vicki Nguyen, writer. And the first line is the hardest, KTVU Fox 2, Noel Walker, writer. This category, writer program, 3 nominations here. The Return, 49ers.com/San Francisco 49ers, Robert Albarino, writer. Viewfinder, Fading Away Alzheimer's, KVIE 6, Karen Christian, writer. Jim and Joe write Bay Area Revelations, NBCBayArea.com, KNTV, NBC Bay Area, James R. Goran and Joe Indirhees, writers. And to the next category now, photographer news within 24 hours, 3 nominees in this category. Jimenez Composite, KTVU Fox 2, Jacob Jimenez, photographer. Sweet JoJo's last 6 months in the Bay, KTVU.com/KTVU Fox 2, Joseph Huerta, photographer. And Darren McQuaid Composite, KTXL Fox 40, Darren McQuaid, photographer. Photographer news, no time limit with 2 nominations. Joe Rosado Jr., photographer compilation, KNTV, NBC Bay Area, Joe Rosado Jr., photographer. Panic Room, Mendocino Bistro, Scooter, KPIX5, Zircon Stage, photographer. Photographer program, 3 nominations for this category. San Francisco Giants Composite, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area, San Francisco Giants, SFG Productions, Everett Duran, Matthew McKee, photographers. Valley Children's Hospital, Futures Worth Fighting For, KFSN ABC 30, Daniel Bryan Advertising, John Tarver, Director of Photography. Cinematography Composite, Lifestyle Network, ABS CBN International, Joseph Perry, John Santos, and Jeremiah Yusip, cinematographers. Now to photograph video essay single camera only, a single nomination in this category. Fire Dancers, Melt Traditional and Urban Performances, KITV.com, KITV4, Nathan Sirota, photographer. Editor News within 24 hours, no nominations in that category. And Editor News, no time limit, 3 nominations here. Villarreal Editing Composite, KNTV, NBC Bay Area, Mark Villarreal, editor. Dennis Lopez Composite, KOVR, CBS 13, Dennis Lopez, editor. Panic Room, KPIX5, Zircon Stage, editor. Now to editor program, 3 more nominations here. Alyssa Royce, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area, San Francisco Giants, SFG Productions, Alyssa Royce, editor. Matthew McKee Composite, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area, San Francisco Giants, SFG Productions, Matthew McKee, editor. And series, What's Your Style? KQED 9, John Brown, editor. Video journalist within 24 hours, 2 nominations here. Martinez Solo in the Valley, CBS13.com, KOVR CBS 13, Lee Martinez, video journalist. Me, Myself, and I, KPIX.com and KPIX5, Da Lin, video journalist. And video journalist, no time limit, 2 more nominations here. Bay Area Proud, KNTV, NBC Bay Area, Garvin Thomas, video journalist. Joe Rosado Jr., video journalist compilation, KNTV, NBC Bay Area. Joe Rosado Jr., video journalist. And my final category now, graphic arts, graphics, and animation. 3 nominations here. Ben Cook, 49ers.com, San Francisco 49ers, Ben Cook, designer. And Catherine Nestor Composite, KGO ABC 7, Catherine Nestor, art director, designer, and animator. And finally, Brian Wheatley, graphics artist, KOVR CBS 13, Brian Wheatley, graphics artist. I'll turn it back over now to Sandra Cervantes, returning to announce the craft categories in the Spanish contest.
Thank you, Christina. So let's keep going. On-camera talent, Anchor News has 3 nominations. Maria Leticia Gomez, Composite, KDTV, Univision 14, Maria Leticia Gomez, Anchor. Jairo Diaz Pedraza, Composite, KUVS, Univision 19, Jairo Diaz Pedraza, Anchor. Blanca Garza, Composite, KSTS Telemundo 48, Blanca Garza, Anchor. On-camera talent, Anchor Weather. With 2 nominations, A Tiempo con el Clima, KUVS Univision 19, Karina Banda, weather anchor and reporter. Gaby Dejan, Composite, KSTS Telemundo 48, Gabriela Dejan, weather anchor. On-camera talent, reporter, transportation, traffic has a single nomination. Gaby Traffic, Composite, Telemundo48.com, KSTS Telemundo 48, Gabriela Dejan, traffic anchor. On-camera talent, news reporter, with 3 nominations. Oakland violent protest, KDTV, Univision 14, Flavio Lacayo, reporter. Morning Smile, KSTS Telemundo 48, Paola Reyes, reporter. Sergio Flores reporta, KUVS Univision 19, Sergio Flores, reporter. On-camera talent, sports anchor, reporter. 2 nominations. Deportes con Raúl Delgado, KFTV Univision 21, Raúl Delgado, sports anchor and reporter. Presentador de deportes, Gabriel Sotelo, Telemundo48.com, KSTS Telemundo 48. Gabriel Sotelo, anchor, reporter. On-camera talent, program host, moderator, and reporter. Another 2 nominations, and my favorite. Karina Banda, composite, KUVS Univision 19, Karina Banda, host, reporter. And Sandra Cervantes, composite, KUVS Univision 19, Sandra Cervantes, host, reporter. Director live, recorded live. Raúl Lima, composite, KFTV Univision 21, Raúl Lima, director, technical director, and there are 3 nominations in this category. The second one, California in Flames, KSTS Telemundo 48, Michelle Garcia, director. Stand Up in Antioch, KSTS Telemundo 48, Eduardo Gamino, technical director. Writer News has a single nomination. Un poco de aquí, un poco de allá. KUVS Univision 19, Maribel Lopez, writer. Photographer News within 24 hours, no nominations. Photographer Video Essay, single camera only, no nominations. Editor News, no time limit, no nominations. Video journalist within 24 hours, we have 2 nominations. Testigos de la Guerra Cristera, KDTV Univision 14, Jaime Pelufo, video journalist. Cobertura del Incendio Jerusalén, KUVS Univision 19, Sergio Flores, video journalist. Video journalist, no time limit. 2 more nominations in this category. Futuro entre las llamas, KUVS Univision 19, Sergio Flores, video journalist. Una desconocida en el Capitolio, KUVS Univision 19, Jairo Díaz Pedraza, video journalist. And the final category, graphic arts, graphic and animation, with 3 nominations. Univision 14, 40 aniversario, KDTV Univision 14, Javier Barreto, graphic designer, motion graphic arts. Text VIP, Telemundo 51 Fresno, KNSO, Telemundo 51 Fresno, Jorge Santa Cruz, graphic designer. Jimenez Composite, KUVS Univision 19, William Jimenez, motion graphic designer. Moving to the spot announcements, they will be announced by Jason Schultz from the Sacramento Bee.
All right, how's everybody doing? I feel like we need a 7th inning stretch, right? I don't know how to sing, sorry. My category, first category is Community Public Service PSAs, Single Spot or Campaign, with 2 nominations. The first one, 2015 McDonald's Asian Pacific American Legacy Crossing TV Heritage Series. E. Amantha Chang, producer, director, writer, and editor. Next up, Live, Work, Play, KMAX, CW31, and Franklin Pictures. Frank Privat, producer, Franklin Privat, producer, director, Dave Privat, director of photography. Congratulations. Next category, Promotion, News, Promo, Single Spot. 3 nominations there. Every Side to a Story, KNTV, NBC Bay Area, Wes Rhoda, producer, Connor Garrity, producer, writer, editor, Rory Campbell, graphic artist. Getting Answers Road Tour, KOVR CBS 13. Michael Mechanic, producer, director, writer, editor. John Roman, cinematographer. Brian Wheatley, graphic artist. Congratulations. Mornings on 2, Garcia Phonetics, KTVU, Fox 2. Sky Bettler, executive producer, editor. Morgan Jenkins, videographer. Brian G. Reyes, videographer, audio mixing, mastering. Robert Redikoff, studio manager, lighting designer, and Dylan Wilbur, motion graphics. Next up, promotion program single spot with 4 nominations. Railvolution promotional video, BART.gov. Stephen Connell, associate producer. Cheryl Staltler, photographer editor. Dina Maria Munch, motion graphics. Minnie Wingman, video game, Comcast Sports Net Bay Area. Brent Ayers, producer writer. Danny Angadi, Michael Curran, directors. John Oz... I knew there was going to be one, sorry. John Oskowaski, that's as close as I can get, editor, visual effects. This Moment, Comcast Sportsnet California, Sacramento Kings. David Schwartz, executive producer. Jeff Anderson, producer. Robert Murray, editor. And finally in this category, Stanford 125, 125.stanford.edu, Stanford University. Lisa Lappin, John Stafford, Nicole Sanahara, executive producers. Dylan Kahn, Gordon Gurley, Chandra Simon, producers, and Aaron James Kehoe, director of photography and editor and also director. Promotion campaign with 4 nominations. Home of the Authentic Fan, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Brent Ayers, producer, writer, editor. Tom Pellick, producer, writer. What's the 411? KICU 36. Morgan Jenkins, executive producer, writer, editor. Bobby Padilla, design director, animator. Brian G. Reyes, music producer. Good Day Rewind, KMAX CW31. Michael Mechanic, producer, director, writer, editor. John Roman, cinematographer. CBS 13, Sad Weather Lab, KOVR CBS 13. Don Smith, Kevin Walsh, producers. Paul Kramer, producer, director, writer, editor. John Roman, cinematographer. Final category, commercial, single spot, or campaign. Another 4 nominations here. Valley Children's Hospital, Futures Worth Fighting For. KFSN, ABC 30. Daniel Bryan, advertising. Don Borza, producer. Terry Cunningham, creative producer. Eric Bookout, Matthew Bunk, creative directors. Christian Shore, director. John Lewis, Monica Prising, writers. Timothy Lasco, art director. Alexander Bubenheim, composer. Zara Arbodella, Chris Long, assistant producers. Megan DeBatista, account executive. Sonoma Raceway 2015 campaign, KTVU, Fox 2, Beyond Pix Studios. Sean Carlin, producer-director. Jennifer Rubin, editor. Full Clubhouse, SanFranciscoGiants.com, San Francisco Giants, SFG Productions. Kara Gilmore, Thomas McDonald, executive producers. Matthew Key, director-writer. Matt Piniol, director-photographer. Everett Duran, cinematographer. And Brad Martins, sound design, audio engineer. The Tim Lincecum Show, SanFranciscoGiants.com, San Francisco Giants, SFG Productions. Kara Gilmore, Thomas McDonald, executive producers. Matthew McKee, director-writer. Brad Martins, media manager, audio engineer. Congratulations to you all. Maribel Lopez is back up to announce the Spanish spot announcements. Maribel.
Thank you very much. Gracias. And I'm ready now for the Community Public Service PSA single spot or campaign with 2 nominations. The first one, Go Red for Women, American Heart Association, KNSO, Telemundo 51, Jorge Santa Cruz, producer. Univisión Contigo, Pequeños y Valiosos, KUBS, Univisión 19, Carolina Rojas Gore, executive producer, Gustavo Ortiz, Viviana Páez, talent, Rodolfo Vázquez, photographer. Promotion News Promo Single Spot, another 2 nominations. Noticiero Telemundo 48, primera edición, promo. KSTS Telemundo 48, Mario Ayala,
Producer, Photographer, Editor. Noticias 19, edición nocturna, KUBS, Univisión 19, Rodolfo Vázquez, Photographer, William Jiménez, Graphic Designer. Promotion Program Single Spot, 2 more nominations. Univisión Fresno, New Studio 2015, KFTV, Univisión 21, Marlo Medina, Producer, Photographer, Editor. Día de los Muertos, Promo, KNSO, Telemundo 51, Fresno, Jorge Santa Cruz, Producer. Promo Campaign, another 2 nominations. Univisión 14, 40 Anniversary IDs Promos, KDTV, Univisión 14, Javier Barreto, Editor, Graphic Designer, Motion Graphics. Telemundo 51, Fresno Station ID, KNSO, Telemundo 51, Jorge Santa Cruz, Producer. And then for the commercial single spot or campaign, no nominations. So now let's welcome Stephanie Cruz and Ty Steele from Fox 40.
Hi, everyone. We're going to keep it moving. Okay, so continuing with news and programming specialty, the first category is documentary, cultural, historical, 3 nominations here. Bay Area Revelations, Rebels and Revolutions, KNTV, NBC Bay Area, Joe Enderhees, executive producer, James Garin, producer and writer, Alex Bozovic, photographer, and Rory Campbell, graphic artist. Bay Area Revelations, The Artists, KNTV, NBC Bay Area. Again, Joe Enderhees, executive producer. James Garin, producer and writer. Alex Bozovic, photographer, and Rory Campbell, graphic artist. And then finally, Darwin, KQED, Envy Films, Nick Brandestini, director.
And the next category for documentary topical has 2 nominations. A Place in the Middle, KHET, Dean Hammer, Joseph Wilson, co-producers, directors. And the next nominee, Truly California 1101, Last Day of Freedom, KQED. We have Sandra Shining, executive producer, Lisa Landy, series producer, Dee Hibbert Jones, and Nami Talisman, producer directors.
Okay, Arts Entertainment features segment here. 3 nominations. Bass Ballet, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area, Devin Fox, executive producer, Sean Madison, producer, Michael Phillips, director of photography, Weston Kruko, Ben Needham Wood are the choreographers. Women dancers redefine Oakland Street's dancing scene. That's KQED. And Jessica Jones is the producer, editor. Kelly Whalen, co-producer, director of photography. And The Hand of Peace, Walnut Creek Television. That is Elizabeth Payne, producer.
Next category, Arts Entertainment Program Special. 2 nominations here. 1915, Marin Vor a Brink. Mount Davison Cross.org, Piskarian and Associates. Charles Piskarian, Diane G. Piskarian, executive producers. Next nominee, The Reno Sessions. Ford Carroll, David Ware, directors. Sean Sariti, audio mixer.
Informational, instructional feature segment here. 2 nominations. What happens when you put a hummingbird in a wind tunnel? Just the title alone. KQED 9. Shiraz Sadiq, producer. Joshua Cassidy, videographer, sound designer. Seth Samuel, composer. And The Secret History of American Surveillance, revealnews.org, the Center for Investigative Reporting. Amanda Pike is the executive producer. Ariane Wu is the producer and director.
Next category, Informational Instructional Program Special. 3 nominations here. Yes, We're Open, 105 Night Shift, KVIE, Channel 6, Jason Schultz, producer, host, and Odin Abbott, editor. Next nominee in this category, Discovered Stanford, Gordon Gurley, producer, Chandra Simon, director, writer, Aaron James Kehoe, director of photography. Next nominee in this category, Large Vehicle Urban Driving Safety, Christopher Manners, producer, director, animation, and Mark Bunch, graphic designer.
Lifestyle feature segment, 3 nominations. Quick Bites, The Cooking Project, sfgovtv.org. Producer Jennifer Lowe, Mark Bunch. Graphic designer William Dillon. Audio engineer Quick Bites, Mission Burrito. Again, sfgovtv.org. Derek Fernandez, producer Jennifer Lowe, producer and photographer Mark Bunch, graphic designer. What's in a Hair Dryer? CMAC TV, Miss Beauty File. Trina Espinoza, producer, director, talent, writer, editor. Justin Chin, associate producer.
Next category, Lifestyle Program Special. 3 nominations here. First one, Search Hawaii Oahu Episode 2, KHON2 Fish and Poi Productions. We have Yvonne Beagle, the executive producer and producer, Kathy Meneno-Thompson, the producer, Michael LaFaro, and Kanaya Horkajo, hosts, William Paris, director and director of photography, editor, Scott G. Culbertson, sound engineer. Next nominee, Search Hawaii, Kauai Episode 3, KHON2, Fish and Poi Productions. We have Yvonne Beagle, executive producer, Kathy Meneno-Thompson, producer, William Paris. Oh, this is a repeat here, so we actually only have, I think, 2 nominations in this category. Final nomination in this category, Spice to Life, Sheldon Simeon, Lifestyle Network, ABS, CBN International. Beverly Tomeno Decidido, executive producer, Joseph Perry and Jeremiah Yasip, directors, Clarissa Acampo, director-writer, John Santos, editor, and Jonas De Leon, technical manager, and Albert Chung, motion graphics.
Historic cultural feature segment, 2 nominations. Who is Ralph Pecor? KCRA Channel 3, Dave Manicherry, producer, reporter. Silicon Valley's Natak Theater Group celebrates 20 years. KQED Channel 9, Mia Zucker-Candle, producer, executive producer rather, Rachel Berger, producer, and Dina Maria Munch, editor.
Next category, Historic Cultural Program Special. 2 more nominations here. The Valley, 49ers.com, San Francisco 49ers. Robert Alberino, director, and Trey Dillon, photographer, Will Blackwell, editor. Second nominee, The People's Palace, San Francisco City Hall, 100 years. KQED. Peter L. Stein, contributing producer, James M. Yeager, producer, writer, Bill Corona, director of photography, and Jim Spadoni, editor.
Public Current Community Affairs feature segment, 3 nominations. Diana Gamero sings The Immigrants' Love and Loss, KQED Channel 9. Kelly Whalen, producer, photographer, editor. Welcome to West Oakland, again, KQED Channel 9. Adam Grossberg, producer, photographer, editor. Devin Katayama, reporter. And Serving Time by Fighting Wildfires, SACB.com, the Sacramento Bee. Jessica Koselniak, producer and editor.
Next category, Public Current Community Affairs Program Special. 3 nominations here on Life's Terms, Mother in Recovery, KCSM, Pandora's Box Productions. And we have Sheila Gans, producer, director, editor. And the next nominee, Surviving the Drought, NBCBayArea.com, KNTV, NBC Bay Area. Michael Bott, Liza Meek, producers, Stephen Stock, reporter, Jeff Clayton, photographer, Jeremy Carroll, photographer, editor, and the final nominee, The Backstory, Cron 4. Jim Swanson, producer, Teresa Estacio, and Alicia Reed, Will Train, reporters. Yolanda Acivas, Steve Rolova, Art Takashita, and Daniel Villarreal, photographers. Alicia Kochi, Phil Hamilton, Scott Hampton, and Michael Rosenthal, editors.
Interview discussion feature segment, 2 nominations. MVP, Edwin Hawkins Jr., KITV4, Pamela Young, reporter, Kyle Hayame, photographer. KVIE Art Showcase, National Endowment for the Arts, Chairman Jane Chu, and Miranda Johnson Gorman, producer.
And our final category of the night, Interview Discussion Program Special. 4 nominations. First one, Stopping Violence in East Oakland, KQED Channel 9. Mia Zucker-Candle, executive producer. Rachel Berger and Monica Lamb, producers. Nicole Reinhardt, associate producer. Aaron Drury, field producer, videographer. Peter J. Borg, director. Scott Schaefer and Ty Vu, hosts. And Linda Giannacini, assistant director. Next nomination, Natural Heroes. Terra Firma, KRCB 22. Valerie Lenz, series producer. Christine Anthony, producer, director. Owen Masterson, director. Next nominee, Selma to Ferguson, What Has Changed? Cron 4. Jim Swanson, executive producer. Alicia Kochi, producer. And Pam Moore, host. And Art Takashita, director of photography. And the final nominee in this category, Studio Sacramento, Sex Trafficking Survivors Courage Worldwide, KVIE 6. David A. Lowe, executive producer. Scott Syfax, executive producer, host. And Marinda A. Johnson Gorman, producer. Elise Yu, producer director. And Kelly Rains, technical director. Congratulations.
Congratulations to all the nominees, and let's welcome back Sandra Cervantes.
So we're going with the news and program specialty in the Spanish category. We start with the documentary cultural historical. It has a single nomination, Un Bronco en el Gobierno, KUBS Univision 19, Karina Banda, reporter, Jose Estrella, editor. Documentary topical, another single nomination, Cada 29 Horas, KUBS Univision 19, Jose Antonio Martinez, producer, Enrique Quiabra, producer and reporter, Miguel Cano, photographer and editor, Gustavo Barraza, assignment desk manager. Arts Entertainment features segment with 2 nominations. La Jua de Diego Rivera, KDTV Univision 14, Maria Leticia Gomez, reporter, Joseph Perry, photographer and editor. Pasión por el Arte, KFTV Univision 21, Tayana Lachelle Garcia, reporter, Raúl Lima, engineer. Informational Instructional feature segment with a single nomination, Reto Spartan, KUBS Univision 19, Sandra Cervantes, producer, Stephanie Mendez, editor. Informational Instructional Program Special has 2 nominations. Desalojados, Control de Renta, KDTV Univision 14, Jaime Pelufo, reporter. Duda del Día Special, KDTV Univision 14, Carolina Núñez, executive producer, Luis Godínez, producer, Ramón Adame, León Felipe González, María Leticia Gómez, anchors, Beatriz Ferrari, Flavio Luz Peña, reporters. Lifestyle features segments. It has 2 nominations. Yoga sobre olas, KSTS Telemundo 48, Gabriela Dejan, reporter. Hazlo tú, KUBS Univision 19, Karina Banda, reporter. Historic Cultural features segment with 3 nominations. Jumpero Serra, KDTV Univisión 14, León Felipe González, María Leticia Gómez, reporters, Joseph Perry, photographer and editor. El Ayer de los Incas, hoy. KUBS Univision 19, Pamela Díaz, reporter, Ross Maiden, photographer, Miguel Solorio, editor. Los Otros Dreamers, KUBS Univision 19, Stephanie Mendez, producer, Sandra Cervantes, writer. Thank you. Public Current Community Affairs feature segment has 2 nominations. La Caja Negra, KUBS Univision 19, Karina Banda, reporter, Natanael López, photographer and editor. Las Rejas en el Espejo, KUBS Univision 19, Sergio Flores, reporter, Jesús González, photographer and editor. Public Current Community Affairs Program Special with a single nomination, Desalojados Special, KDTV Univision 14, Carolina Núñez, executive producer, Luis Godínez, producer, Anthony Spagnat, director, León Felipe González, María Leticia Gómez, anchors, Ramón Adame, Beatriz Ferrari, Flavio Lacayo, Jaime Pelufo, reporters. Interview Discussion Program Special, another single nomination, Conexión California, KUBS Univision 19, Jose Antonio Martinez, executive producer, Jairo Díaz Pedraza, anchor. Now for the final news programming categories, welcome Dale Shortnack, and Cristina Mendoza from ABC 10. Thank you.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Hey, Dale, how'd the 5 go today?
That was great. You were awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, how'd the 6 go? You were awesome on the 6.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that. But we forgot the most important part.
The most important part.
3, 2, 1. Facebook.
And Instagram.
All right.
And Snapchat.
Okay, you get us started.
Okay.
I'll upload
The
this
first
to social
category.
media.
The first category in news programming is journalistic enterprise within 24 hours. We have 3 nominations. Melanie Woodrow, enterprise reporter, KGO ABC 7, Melanie Woodrow reporter. KPix.com, KPix 5, Da Lin, reporter, photographer, editor. And Rasmussen reports in 24 hours, KTVU Fox 2, Eric Rasmussen, reporter.
Journalistic Enterprise, no time limit. This has 4 nominations. KCRA 3 investigates. KCRA 3, James Stimson, executive producer. David Monasheri, Millicent Osdagler, producers. Kevin Oliver, reporter. We investigate, holding the powerful accountable. NBCBayArea.com, KNTV, NBC Bay Area. David Paredes, Elizabeth Wagner, investigative producers. Vicki Wynn, investigative reporter. The town with no water, 100 million gallons of water wasted, water from thin air. KOVR, CBS 13. Carrie Tan, producer. Nick Janes, reporter. Mike Lowry, Jeff Mayfield, photographer, editors. Brian Wheatley, graphic designer. Only on 5, KPX 5, original reporting, KPX 5. Kate Kagarian, producer. Jennifer Mistrat, Sirkin Stage, photographers. Suzanne Lane, editor.
Newscast, daytime larger markets, has 2 nominations. KCRA 3 News at Noon, KCRA 3, James Stimson, executive producer. Tamara Feingold, producer. Michael Baldwin, director. Lisa Gonzalez, anchor. Sherakina Sams, reporter. And Jorge Velasquez, photographer. And CBS 13 News at 4 p.m., Spencer Stone, stabbed, KOVR CBS 13. Kimberly Keys, executive producer. Kirsten Locke, producer. Kathy Ann Thompson, director. Christina Janes, Tony Lopez, anchors. David Hunt, editing coordinator, and Richard Tan, editor.
Newscast, daytime media markets with a single nomination. KMPH, Midday News. KMPH, Fox 26. Mike Wansdell, producer. Kim Stevens, anchor. Eric Rosales, reporter. Candace Funk, Heather Nelson, editors. Sheldon Gajarian, assignment editor.
Newscast evening larger markets. KCRA 3 News at 5, deadly Northern California wildfires. KCRA 3. America Arias, producer. Gulston Dart, Edie Lambert, anchors. Melinda Meza, Kevin Oliver, reporters. And KCRA 3 News at 6. KCRA 3, James Stimson, assistant news director. Aram Sarkissian, executive producer. Angeline Sheets, managing editor. Kelly DeMarco, Edie Lambert, anchors. Robert Malcolm, anchor reporter. And NBC Bay Area News at 11 p.m., San Bernardino shooting. KNTV, NBC Bay Area. Dan Pryor, executive producer. Allison Holyman, Eric Rich, producers. Will Adams, director. Raj Mathai, anchor. Rob Maeda, meteorologist. Cheryl Hurd, reporter. Robert Beeson and Mickey Bang, photojournalists. Antonia Villa, APC operator. And Gilbert Doyle, audio engineer.
Newscast evening, Media Markets has 5 nominations. Action News Live at 5, KFSN, ABC 30, Michael Carr, news director, Warren Armstrong, anchor, Gene Hagenson, Corin Hoggard, Santea Rose, Sarah Sandrick, reporters, Dennis Silvas, photojournalist, Joseph Schultz, editor, Christina Moreno-Paez, assignment editor. Action News Live at 11, KFSN, ABC 30, Michael Carr, news director, Alyssa Ambriz, producer, Warren Armstrong, anchor, Mariana Jacob, Richard Montez, reporters, Matthew Bricefield, Socrates Lozano, photojournalist, Ruben A. Contreras, weather producer. CBS 47 Eyewitness News at 5, KGPE 47, Chad McCollum, news director, Eric Luttrell, executive producer, Angela Greenwood, Joey Horta, Patrick Nelson, Megan Rupa, reporters, George Garnica, Kevin Michael Mahan, photographers. KGPE 11 p.m. newscast, KGPE 47. Chad McCullum, News Director. Eric Luttrell, Executive Producer. James Gonzalez, Producer. And Stephanie Bainham, Reporter. And finally, KSEE 24, News at 11, KSEE 24. Chad McCullum, News Director. Brian Morrow, Producer. Lindsay Henry, Reporter. Joshua Reed, Photojournalist.
Next category is newscast smaller markets with 2 nominations. Colo 8 News Now at 5, Colo 8. Stanton Tang, News Director. Kendra Kodalecki, Producer. Noah Bond, Sarah Johns, Anchors. Jeffrey Thompson, Chief Meteorologist. Chris Buckley, Paul Harris, Terry Russell, Reporters. Wade Barnett, Michael Cooper, Photojournalists. And Channel 2 News at 5 p.m., KTVN 2. Jason Pasco, News Director. Mike Rogers, Producer. Kelleen Stockwell, Associate Producer. Kristen Remington, Anchor. Mike Alger, Chief Meteorologist. Chloe Beardsley, Ariana Bennett, Aaron Breen, Amanda Ketledge, Landon Miller, Reporters, and Luis Latino, Photographer.
And our final category, breaking news, with 3 nominations. Vacaville Fire, KCRA 3, John Glenn, Producer, Jennifer Carr, Director, Brian Heap, Anchor, Tom Miller, Reporter, Ellen Blake, Photographer. Valley Fire, KNTV, NBC Bay Area. Alicia Corso, Allison Holyman, Anthony Leong, Producers, Antonio Villa, Director, Peggy Bunker, Raj Mathai, Anchors, Rob Mayetta, Meteorologist, Damian A. Trujillo, Robert Handa, Reporters, Philip Suka, Assistant Director, Ed Duran, Assistant Director, Audio Engineer. Antioch Grass Fire, KPIX 5, Rochelle Antonio, Producer, Wayne Filippo, Director, Veronica Dela Cruz, Anchor, Dalin, Reporter, Alex Montano, Photographer, Michael Conzel, Ryan Contana, Assignment Editors.
And to announce, yes, give me a hand. And to announce the Spanish news programming categories, Maribel Lopez, KUVS 19 returns.
And now I'm going to present the last Spanish category before the special assignment, the special achievement. So let's start now with journalistic enterprise within 24 hours, no nominations. Journalistic enterprise, no time limit, has a single nomination, which is De Contrabando, KDTV, Univisión 14, Luis Godínez, producer, León Felipe González, reporter, Joseph Perry, photographer, editor. Now, newscast, daytime, larger markets, a single nomination, which is Noticiero Telemundo 48, primera edición, KSTS, Telemundo 48, Freddie Oldenburg, news director, Pedro Andrade, Rosaura Deraz, Sandra Pérez, producers, Miguel Ángel Zarate, director, APC operator, Lorena Domínguez, Juan Francisco Ramírez, anchors, Gabriela Dejan, weather anchor, Paola Reyes, reporter. Now the newscast, evening larger markets, 4 nominations. Let's start with Noticias Univisión 14, KDTV Univisión 14, Carolina Núñez, executive producer, Vicenta Jauregui, producer, León Felipe González, María Leticia Gómez, anchors, William Bonilla, sports anchor, Ramón Adame, Flavio Lacayo, Jaime Pelufo, reporters, Silverio Almanza, photographer, Carlos Sánchez, editor, José Tello, assignment editor. Noticias Univisión 14 a las 6, KDTV Univisión 14, Carolina Núñez, news director, Luis Godínez, executive producer, Víctor Solís Gómez, producer, Anthony Spagna, director, León Felipe González, María Leticia Gómez, anchors, William Bonilla, sports anchor, Ramón Adame, Beatriz Ferrari, Flavio Lacayo, Jaime Pelufo, reporters, José Tello, assignment editor. Noticiero Telemundo 48 a las 5:30. KSTS Telemundo 48. Freddie Oldenburg, news director, Marial Sicareno, executive producer, Eduardo Gamino, Michelle Garcia, directors, Bayona Cesar, Blanca Garza, anchors, Lucrecia Borchard, weather anchor, Gabriel Sotelo, sports anchor, Sandra Bermúdez, Andrés Brender, María del Pilar Nino, reporters. And the final, Noticias 19 a las 6. KUBS, Univisión 19. Pablo Yacoub, news director, René Nava, producer, Jairo Díaz Pedraza, Viviana Páez, anchors, Enrique Quiabra, Pamela Díaz, reporters, Omar Echevarría, Jesús González, photographers, Gustavo Barraza, assignment manager. And now the newscast evening media market has a single nomination. Noticias 21 a las 6. KFTV, Univision 21, Sandy Sirias, news director, Vladimir Araya, producer, Reina Cárdenas, David Ibarra, anchors, Raúl Delgado, sport anchors, Tayana Lachelle García, Carolina Rico, reporters, Fátima Navarrete, Abraham Peña, video journalist, José Munzo, Jaime Sandoval, photographers. Breaking news, no nominations. And now for the final category, let's welcome Vice President Cynthia Siren.
Well, this has been an incredible evening. I want to thank all of you for being here tonight. I want to thank all of you out there in Cyberland for watching, and I want to say hello to all of our NATIS members at the other 4 nomination parties happening tonight all over the region. I also want to thank all of our presenters tonight, and also again to Access Sacramento for making all of this possible. The final category is Special Achievement Award. Overall Excellence, News Excellence. We have 9 nominations in the English contest. Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area, Ted Griggs, President, General Manager. KCRA 3, where the news comes first. KCRA 3, Elliot Trushinsky, President, General Manager, and Lori Walden, News Director. Next is Hawaii News Now 2015, KGMB 9, KHNL 8, KFVE 5, Hawaii News Now. Rick Blangiardi, President General Manager, and Mark Platt, News Director. KHON2, Overall Excellence, News Excellence, KHON2. Christina Lockwood, General Manager. Lori Silvas, News Director. Next is NBC Bay Area Station Excellence 2015, KNTV, NBC Bay Area. Richard Chirusi, General Manager, and Jonathan Mitchell, News Director. Next is KOVR Overall Station Excellence 2015, KOVR CBS 13. Kevin Walsh, President General Manager, and Tom Bell, News Director. Next is KTXL Fox 40, News That Matters. KTXL Fox 40. Ed Shipley, News Director. Next we move on to KVIE, Overall Excellence, KVIE 6. David A. Lowe, President and General Manager. And ABC 10, Imagine Better, KXTV, ABC 10, Maria Bars, General Manager. And 2 nominations for Overall Excellence, News Excellence, Spanish. Más cerca de usted, KUVS Univision 19. Steve Stuck, General Manager, and Pablo Yacoub, News Director. And we also have KDTV Univision 14. Raul Rodriguez, Vice President and General Manager, and Carolina Nunez, News Director. We will post a complete list of all the nominees on our website. We want to congratulate all of our nominees, especially to Maria Leticia Gomez of KDTV Univision 14 with 10 nominations, and Vicky Nguyen, NBC Bay Area with 9. NBC Bay Area and KUVS Univision 19 each received 33 nominations. Congratulations again. We have 197 English and 83 Spanish nominations, with a total of 895 nominees and 534 individuals. We hope to see all of you on Saturday evening, June 4th, at the SF Jazz Center in San Francisco for the Emmy 2016 Awards Gala. Tickets will be available for purchase at our website, which is emmysf.tv. Again, EMMYSF.tv. Thank you so much for joining us, all of you. Hope you have a wonderful night, and good luck to all of you. Take care.